What's up, family? If you're a pastor or a church leader and you're really struggling to get people to come back, maybe people come to church for a visit, but you're really struggling to get them to come back to church, then give me just a few minutes and I'm going to give you a really simple 3 step blueprint to help you increase the number of people who return for a second visit because that's what we want to do. We want to take people from first time guests to fully engaged members, and you can't do that unless you get them to come back a second time. For those of you who haven't met, my name is Henry Tolver. I'm the owner and founder of Simple Systems Consulting, and we help church leaders grow the church without burning themselves out and without using complicated marketing. If you want to know more about who we are, what we do, and how we can help your church, visit getchurchsystems.com to learn more, and you can find something that fits you no matter what your church size or your church budget. All right. So let's talk about this. So here's the thing, sometimes we get visitors who come to church, and sometimes we get visitors by mistake. A friend invited somebody, a cousin was staying over, they came to church, or and sometimes it's special events. We're doing some kind of special thing that's happening today, and people come, a friends and family day, a church anniversary, whatever it is. But here's what oftentimes happens is that you have a special day, you have a unique time where you see all these people standing in the room, you see all these people worshiping together, and then the next Sunday is usually a dud. Like you have all these hosts, man, they're going to come back. We had an amazing service. Worship was on point. The word was on point. Everything was great, but they don't come back. And a lot of times, the reason they don't come back is because of a lack of a follow up process. Every industry in the world understands that people need to be followed up with, right? All these different industries, right? In the medical field, they know you need to be followed up with. Yes, they sent you a save the date in the email. Yes, they know they told you to write down the date. Yes, when you left your last appointment, they gave you a little card with your appointment on there, but they still know you need to be reminded. So they call you again, a week or 2 days before your appointment to let you know, hey, you need to come, right? All of your utilities, right? Your electric company, your water company, your phone company, they all know you need to be reminded. You know you use electricity every day, but it's not top of mind. And so they send you a reminder. Hey, your payment due date is coming up. Your credit card bills. Hey, your payment due date is coming up. They all remind you of what's happening and what's going on. Even in school, if you're in college, I remember, when I was in college, when I was in seminary even, I would get an email. Hey, don't forget this assignment is due on this day before midnight. They always remind us. That's because people have a lot of things happening in their lives. And so it's helpful for people to be reminded. And so my point is this is that as a church, you need to remind people about the experience that they had when they came to visit your church the first time. All right. So there's a couple of things that you need to do in order to do this. All right. First thing, number one, you can't remind anybody unless you collect contact information. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see churches make is that you allow people to come into your sphere, come into your presence, come into your service, come into your online service, whatever it may be, without getting contact information. Every single time a new person walks through the door, one of your primary goals should be to get their name, email address, and phone number. And I know I sound like a broken record. If you listen to me before, I say this all the time. If you don't get their contact information, you can't follow up with them. So make sure you get their contact information. But once you get their contact information, here's what you want to do. Number one, you want to make sure that you call them within 48 hours of their visit. That's right. That means by Tuesday morning, they should receive a phone call from somebody at the church, preferably the pastor. If your church under 100, the senior leader should be doing this phone call, right? So just pick up the phone, call them. You can call them on Sunday evening. You can call them on Monday morning, whatever it is. And you're just saying, hey, thank you for coming. Man, we so enjoy having you. Are there any questions that I can answer for you? That's all you're saying, right? So super simple. You want to make a phone call. Number two, the second thing you want to do is you want to make sure you send them an email within 96 hours, right? So within that time frame, you just want to fire off an email, maybe even a text message saying, hey, look, thank you so much for coming. We'd love to see you back next Sunday. Click this link right here to let us know you're coming back. So we'll be ready for you. I want to make sure I get a chance to talk to you. Signed, the senior leader, right? You just want to, again, follow up. And then thirdly, you want to send just a simple note in the mail, right? If budget is an issue, go to Dollar Tree, get a packet. You can get a packet of 6 thank you cards with envelopes for $1. So you take that and you just write a handwritten note in there. Thank you for coming. It was so great. I pray that you were blessed by the message and personalize it. I hope that our thank you for coming to Friends and Family Day. I hope the message about, leaning into your faith, whatever it is you preach, put that in there and tell them thank you for coming and say, look, I would be honored to go to coffee with you this week, or I'd be honored to see you again, blah, 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 whatever it is. Put that together, send it over to them to let them know that you really enjoyed them and you were blessed by their presence. And by doing those three simple pieces of follow up, right? Now, you notice those three things I just said don't even cost you $2 to do. It only costs you effort and it costs you time. That's it. And even on time, it only costs a little bit of time, right? Even for example, in our program, if you want some help with this, in our program, we give you scripts for this. We give you scripts for the text. We give you scripts for the emails. We give you a template for the connection cards. We give you a template for the emails, for the handwritten notes, all of that. We give it to you. All you've got to do is take what we give you, plug it in, and you can keep going from there. All right. So listen, take those next steps and you can see your retention go up by as much as 50%. You can see a whole lot more people deciding to come back and visit with you. And now those first time guests turn into second time guests who can turn into members and who can then become fully engaged. All right. If you want more of stuff like this, go to getchurchsystems.com. You can learn more about who we are. We've got something to help you no matter where you are, no matter what stage you are, no matter what size your church is, no matter what size your budget is. We've got things that are so inexpensive that it fits any budget, up to fully functioning programs where we can step in and do it for you if you really need some boots on the ground help. All right. Listen, I hope this was helpful. Until next time, keep the gears turning.